There's a wonderful festival going on right now in New Albion. The people are beyond happy, and there's a real reason for this one. A really big one. Not just what the game tells us there is, because, I mean, in, face value, it's a harvest festival, but there's nothing to harvest over here because the ground was completely devastated by La Corona and the attack. What they are really celebrating, on the other hand, is, let me show you, going all the way over to here, the start of their battlecruiser navy, or I guess I should say the reconstruction of their battlecruiser navy, one of 8, which we are currently working on. So hopefully we'll get to see a couple of them built in this episode, because they do take about like 15 minutes or something like that to actually build, and this is with electricity. I can't speed up the process. But welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Anno 1800 modded campaign. Just want to let you guys know that if you are new here, just now find the channel, all that good stuff, same thing said twice in 2 different ways. Definitely feel like checking out the channel, see if you can vibe here. That's the most important thing. And if you'd like to make that a commitment to subscribe to the channel, be quite penetrated by your kindness if you do so. Very active over here. Saw the stuff for 117. I'm beyond hyped. Oh my god, it's gonna look so awesome. I can't wait to actually start a series. I already have like a little storyline already churning in the good old crazy brain, I guess. But without further ado, let's just get on to today's work. So we're going to be in New Albion today, and we had a discussion with the Chancellor, being Delta, regarding this side, as I mentioned in the last episode, mostly because I'm aware that there is an already established trade lane between the Republic of New Albion and the New World's Customs Union, which is one of the Imperium's trade corporations. But I want to also help out with the process a little bit more, make it more streamlined for both parties, along with giving New Albion, because of how much they've been helping us in this region, a direct trade lane to the capital as well, to RANTIAN. So my initial proposal was to take this whole area, this bit with all these pig farms, all these sheep pens, all of these fisheries, and a couple of these sand mines, get them out of here and build a RANTIAN-funded Docklands. Now, I did mention before that the Docklands was only going to be on Albion, but I'm thinking just because of the importance and strategic utility, all that stuff, and the treaties that we have already with New Albion, we should at least give them the opportunity to have a direct lane to the capital of the Imperium as well. We have a very close connection, and through the talks, they were in fact very, very, very productive, so we were able to make sure that the treaties were signed. The essential part about this is that RANTIAN cannot have 30% or more naval units in the waters of New Albion, which is essentially the northern region over here, during times of peace, and that this area is actually going to be leased to us for a period of 15 years, which is totally fine. That's totally fine. Then we'll renegotiate after the 15 years are over. And what I mentioned to Delta is more than likely there won't be a naval presence up here, period, because I'm more than confident in the fact that New Albion can definitely take care of itself. I mean, they already have one fleet patrolling the island as is, and now once they have battlecruisers back out here, they'll definitely be very, very, very solid. So I told him that in the grand scheme of things, it would mostly be RANTIAN Sky Troopers, which are just going to be aerial units, and they're just going to patrol the skies, but we will still keep to the 30% and maintain like Overwatch over these areas, not to be confused with the game that we all love and enjoy. Not really, but that's really what the plan is. And then we are also going to expand and help facilitate the growth of this area, getting them all into engineers. And when we get rid of all these, it's going to really get rid of all that vulgarity. The pollution, on the other hand, that's a whole different story. Because of all the factories that we have here, we're going to have that pollution issue regardless of whatever we do, but that's fine. That's part of what the idea is for New Albion, to provide it and make it seem as if it's the Industrial Revolution era of London, or England in that particular fashion. That's what the idea is. So we're going to stick to that, but what we're going to do first and foremost is first check to see how much fish we have in here. I can already tell we're already maxed out, so I don't think that that's going to be much of an issue. And I'm going to go ahead right now and delete all of these. And these ones too. The next thing I have to check are how much sand do we have in here. We are almost maxed out, so this can also go as well. Love to see it. Did you guys see that car? There was a car that just zoomed through here at like Mach 10. That was hilarious. I'm gonna get rid of Nate's windmill over here as well. And then I have to see how many of the piggies we actually do have over here. That's almost maxed out, so we can get rid of pretty much every single one of them over here. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that too. And we're also going to get rid of this warehouse. I know that these guys are utilizing it right now, but I will fix this whole spot up to make it look a lot better in a moment. And these guys are, unfortunately, they're having some fun over here, but I had to cut the fun short. This is for what exactly? This is for the dairy farm? Okay, we're also going to get rid of this bread factory. But we're going to keep these guys going for the time being because I don't really want to mess with the fur coats right now. I'd like to fix that. And I'm happy that I can see my soldier workforce again. I don't know what was going on with that whole little situation earlier. But heading over into Artisans, we are going to get the Docklands territory built up right now. And let's see where is going to be the best place to put this.
People celebrate your leadership.
Oh, love to see it. Okay, so let's go ahead and put down the Docklands main wharf a little bit further out, I think. That way we can make it look relatively nice, right? That's what we all like to see. So let's put this right here.
More beautiful.
Wonderful. And we are going to get the paved roads all the way to here first and foremost, because I do kind of want to stick to these roads over here on New Albion. Gonna go ahead and connect this up, and they still don't have a warehouse because I did delete that one. Let's see where I can put another one just for the time being. Let's just give them this one right over here because the cheese is gonna help us out a lot instead of, I don't know what the hell it's replacing, but it'll also be really nice because getting the Docklands built up, right, we'll be able to bring in a lot of resources and have New Albion trade out its resources as well, which is going to be fantastic. So the very first thing we're going to have to do is get some export offices going. Well, the ones I prefer to start out with. And this is all going to improve the attractiveness of the island as well. So that's plus 146, and that'll make people even happier. It's just the pollution that's going to be the main problem. So let's see what goods we have here in New Albion that we can ship out en masse. Well, I'm just curious. Okay, don't really take this by face value. I'm just curious. What can we, yeah. That's a 1-to-1 ratio. I can't. I'm sorry. Oh, man. Do we have the ability to bring in some, So we do have the capability of bringing in some cement, but I want to see what we can export. I don't really want to work on the ammunition, because that is currently something that we are going to require. Maybe, let's see how much the coins would go for. That's, you know, for what they are, it's not a fantastic ratio. We do have the tea. I'm just curious. That's BS right there. 100% BS.
One final look.
Give me a second, dude. I'll look at your travesty in a moment. Let me see. I'm trying to... So, like, ammunition, basic ammunition. See, like, that's a good one. That's a good ratio right there. How about this? Basic weapons, not so much. Military uniforms. Because a lot of stuff here is military-based, so... You know what? The shell ammunition might be just fine. Then bring in some cheese. But what we really need to do, I think I want to just cut out the sausage production on the island altogether. So maybe that would be better? No. Let's do a little look-see again. I don't think there's anything better. It wouldn't be funny if gunpowder is actually that good. What about this? No, that's a 1-to-1. It can actually work, low-key. It could. But I think I'm going to just stop stalling. I'm going to put in some shell ammunition here first and foremost so we can get some of the sausages in here. Oh, we do also have access to cherries now. Cherries, apples, hops. We also have the salt, beef. Oh, hemp. That's pretty good. We can bring that in through the Docklands as well. I also want to bring in some more cement and the stuff. We need to really work towards getting zinc and copper over here so we can increase the brass. You know, that's really, really important. But I'm going to trade a couple of different things. That way we can bring a whole bunch in, right? How about lead? Lead should be decent, right? At least that's the hope. Let me put in fish for that one. 1-to-6, that should be okay. We'll put in some basic weapons, and maybe we can bring in some schnapps for that one. That's not a bad distribution. I also think work clothes over here is also something that, you know, we can try to fix. That is not going to be enough. How about this? That's a 1 to 2. That's gross. You know what? Put in the basic ammo. Yeah, basic ammo for that's a lot better. Okay, so we have the initial setup for the Docklands going, which is wonderful. And we also need to work on rebuilding all of these large bakeries, because I did delete like every single one of them over here.
Hide the bottle. It's the boss.
We are getting... I'm not really liking our bread supply right now, but the thing is that I'm not providing it to, I think it's the artisans.
I feel naught but a ragged joy.
You know what? Hold on. Hold the phone. Where's that tea thing? Can we bring in herbs through this? Please tell me we can. I don't see them. That is unfortunate. What's this? Oh, that's sulfur. Oh, shnikes. But we can bring in tea itself. We have to bring in plantains, but we have to set our course towards the new world right now. Oh, that's why. That's an export
Ship
level rare.
constructed.
Okay. Now I get it. Interesting. Okay, well, we got our second battlecruiser out here, so let's get the third one set to go. We only have the one station right over there to do so. And we have a lot of the brass. Okay, we have a lot of it. 882, which is fantastic. And the thing about this is, right, we have to get these motor assembly lines going really, really damn fast. The only problem with this situation is that we are lacking for a soldier workforce because of how many, you know, soldiers are actually being used to get these factories online, right? We can't really give them the canned food. I guess I could. That'll give us 5 soldiers per. You know what? I think I'm going to do it. I think I'm going to do it. If I replace the sausages completely, then I'll do that. We need to make sure we have enough of them. I don't think the radius... Oh, no, it does actually go to that one. So, is this even possible at the moment? If I give them advanced weapons,
Up the batting order.
then potentially we can. Hold on, I gotta check this newspaper.
Can I interest you in this recently polished apple?
No spectacles. Rain has let itself go. That one's going to cancel out that one. This one's going to be a little bit of a hindrance for us, but whatever. Let's see. Lifestyle needs. So they're getting the local mail. The cigars, we don't have any in here. We don't have any of those. That's not going to give them anything. We can't increase their population size. So here's what I'm thinking we do. We're going to get rid of this monstrosity. And instead, we are going to build the small warehouse again. Because we want our engineers to be working on this, not our soldiers. That's really the main issue right now.
Welcome to the manufactory.
Great. And we need a whole bunch of steam motors because when we actually get towards the Kingdom of Sepin, that is where we're going to be utilizing a lot of them. Mostly because there's a bunch of farm fields. There's going to be a breadbasket region over there. And I believe this island, too, is meant to be New Albion's breadbasket. So steam motors at this point are just important. Okay, we have to make sure that works. And getting the Docklands built up over here, too, is going to be fantastic because we will be able to get some more of the ships actually redirected over to here so they can trade in the piers. So let's go ahead and work on that now, too. Loading wharf, these things, ugh, I hate the little bit in the front, dude. It's so stupid. Put these ones right over here. That'll help us out. Loading wharf, why can't we... Oh, because of... Ugh. Okay, I understand now. Depot without blocking. Repair cranes, harbor masters. Yeah, we're gonna need some piers, but... Interesting. I like these. What do they provide us? I don't know if it's actually providing us anything besides attractiveness. Oh, yeah, it is. Increasing storage capacity. Nice. Okay, well, I like that a lot. What's that? Oh, that's kind of cool. That's really cool, actually. Nice. I haven't used the Docklands, the new modules for them, so it's definitely something new to me, of course. Loading archway. Ah, that's what it does. Okay, cool. But it kind of clips in. I don't know about all that. Let's get the depots without blockers back here. We'll get 2 of these just to make it look even, right? And I would like to get at least a pier or 2 Maybe one, like, right over about here, and the other one right about here. And we'll get some more depots without blockers. So we'll get these ones right over here. And there's our Docklands territory pretty much sorted. And now the island storage capacity is at 1850. Very, very good. If we can bring in... Oh, wait, you know what? We should actually not have the sausages. We do actually just need the pigs. Yeah, we got to bring in the pigs. That's a lot better, actually. We'll stick to that. 50 of the shell ammunition for that. Not too bad. The other thing that we want to work on is getting these filaments actually produced, because I would like to also get to the point of having light bulbs. We have the rest of the stuff, but we need these filament factories online. So let's go ahead and get 2 of them constructed from right now. And we do have an okay-ish amount of coal in here, but we're going to have to bring in some more, which is where this comes into play as we continue bringing stuff up the order. And right now, it's a good thing that we got the fur coats up to 300, or into the green, and we have the steel beams up into the blues, which is okay-ish. We'll have to see how we're doing over here with all the
finishing touches, and there.
That's not bad. And we're maxed out on it all the damn time. You know, the vegetables here doesn't really make sense now. The coal, we need the coal up there for sure. We need to get some more ships made. Oh, wow, we can make jewelry, or we can bring jewelry in. That's insane. Yeah, that is insane, isn't it? We have to keep getting this up the order. Now, are we also passively producing bombins? I thought we were doing that. Oh, no, we're passively making the military uniforms. Am I correct on that one? Yeah. Oh, we have a bunch of cement in here. We need to ship this out. And a whole bunch of the pallets. Nice. Belt 2. Yeah, so let me actually check too. What do we need for this? I think it was indeed the light bulbs, right? So we have the felt already. We just need the light bulbs. And the light bulbs are going to help us out here on New Albion as well, because the plan is going to be...
I prefer to think before I leap.
Yeah, okay, that's great. The light bulbs are going to help us out with the engineers over here too, and later on with the smoked fish. So what do we do with this one? I haven't really ever thought about this. Okay, lumberjack camp for a fish smoker for wood. Okay, production of that. Okay. And then a fish smokery. We also have the large fisheries now. You know what? That might be
We
possible.
need something first.
What? You guys see? What the heck? Did it bug? I think it bugged out.
I don't have all I need for my canvas.
Yeah, okay. This is not good.
We are missing all the elements to produce a reaction.
Why is it doing that? I'm so confused. Get rid of this then. Let me put down a basic warehouse and see if it'll change it. I don't know. That shouldn't be happening. We clearly have enough stuff in there. Yet they don't want to work at all. If we were to build this, what's gonna happen? Here, pause them all and then start them up again. Great. You love it when a game bug hits. These guys are somewhat starting up again. These guys are just refusing to do anything. Okay, well, if that's the case, this is such a waste of resources. I'm gonna have to rebuild them. And I'm really impatient, so I don't really care to wait. Yeah, now it wants to work. We'll just have those two operational. I'm not certain what's going on with these guys either, but just for total transparency's sake, I'm gonna rebuild them. This one, these guys should be rendered inept relatively soon, because I can't have these things stop working. Okay. We need to get more stuff up the ladder, right? What do we need to do for this guy? I'm not gonna do any of those expeditions right now. I think we just need to keep exporting, and that'll help us out considerably. So now with some filaments out here, I'd like to also get the light bulbs going. And where are we gonna put these? I want it to look nice. Let's get one over here and one over here. That actually should be enough light bulbs for this island right now because we only do have these engineers present. Oop, I don't know why I clicked that one. How come this is... Oh, because we need to build them a bank. Right. They're not at the point to have a bank. That also is a wee bit of a problem, which I'll probably put the bank over here. That's why I kind of want to get this whole side situated. But let's go ahead and... What's your problem?
Every field has its weeds.
Farmer school. You guys have a farmer school over here? What the hell? Well, I can fix that really quick. Farmers Essicool. There we go. Now you're happy. Great. We're gonna start upgrading these guys, particularly. And I guess this row as well. I'll leave these guys for now. I want these guys to eventually get to engineers, because 332 right now, and I know they're kind of being hogged by the steam shipyard too. So we have... Oh, that's only 230 soldiers. Okay. That is also a reason why. Alright, alright. What are these other ones? I haven't even taken advantage of these. Small cargo ships, ironclad cruiser. Nice. Small battle cruiser. Monitors. Ugh. Flamethrower monitors. Small oil tanker. Oh, speaking of oil. Jester had an epic idea with regards to the Albahani Trade Corporation, which is going to be also exporting its oil. And it's a genius idea. It's a genius level idea. When I was reading it, I was so happy. So we need those industrial ornaments. I need to find where those oil silos are. Hold on. They are probably here. These are the oil silos, I believe, or is it this thing? I think it's probably this one. But they're like modules, so we can drag them and then it'll look really badass. So I'm going to move this, because, I mean, that fire that happened over there was absolutely BS and we all know it. Can we maybe not have this one? Trying to see if I can just find the oil. There we go. That's kind of cool. So Albahan's also going to trade out its oil, which is going to be making it a bunch of money. So what I think we should do is we should expand upon not only the small oil harbor, but we should also expand upon the oil reserves over in here. So let's go ahead and upgrade the oil harbor to as high as we can go, which is going to be the Grand. And now it's 2,900 oil storage capacity in here. What can we do as far as beautification on the water is concerned with regards to this? Well, we do have this harbor stuff. This is a ship, I guess, can kind of work for this whole process. There are any oil tankers? There's this one, isn't it? That's an oil tanker? Yeah, there we go. We have one oil tanker right over here. We also put another oil tanker kind of behind it. Oh, how is this one bigger than the other one? Oh, they're two different types. Cool. Oh, there's three. Oh, that's not an oil tanker. Oh, okay. No. This is the oil tanker. This is just a ship. Okay, got it. But we have those right over here. And I'm going to also get a couple more of these storage depots placed at the other side. Now, this is a really tight fit for them. So I think we're going to have to reposition them at least a little bit more in the middle. Yeah. So let's get 3 over here. And then we'll link it up in the back like so. Let me go ahead and delete this one. And I'm going to copy this guy and put it in the middle right about here. And I'm going to get rid of this one. And I'll put this guy in the middle as well. So that looks a little bit nicer for the ships themselves. Now, as far as industrial zone... Okay, so that wouldn't fit properly. Is there a way... Hold the phone. Hold everything. On New Albion, I do have this thing. Is this going to fit? Hold on. We might be onto something here. We might potentially be onto something here. Yikes. Okay, so... I'm going to do this. Don't hate me for it. This one has to go here, that here, and that here. Okay. And then we're going to fit that big crane ornament, this one, right in the middle. I think it'll work now. Is it not? Seriously? I don't bring it. Oh. Oh, okay. Well, that works. But that's not really the goal. That was not the plan whatsoever. It was to put it right in the middle here. Damn it. I got to do it all over again. You know what? I'm going to grab this thing first. This is so embarrassing. I'm over here trying to pre-plan and it's not working. See, this is every time I try to do so, it just, no, never, ever going to work out as intended. So even the ships are in a bad placement again. Let's put this one over here. We'll put this guy right over here, and then this one right there. So let's see if we can fix up where the ships are in relation to this. Get rid of that one, get rid of that one. What's the difference? Oh, those ones are at the... Oh, those are at their on the sides. Okay, never mind. We don't want those. This actually works better. This works a lot better. Yep. Very cool. Hell yeah. Okay, now we will go ahead and put some more oil stores along the outside. That's awesome.
Ship constructed.
Cool. Third battlecruiser out. Fourth one in the queue. Where am I? I'm lost. I legitimately am lost. Okay, there we go. So we have our silos over here. We're getting the oil coming in. I hate that stupid freaking parallel track BS. It's so dumb. You know what they really need to do? Give you the customization option to say like, hey, this track on the right, it's to go. This track on the left, it's to come back. That would help out considerably, but no, we don't have that option. I need to do some more stuff on the water. Those won't work. Harbor area, not particularly. Industrial ornaments, yeah. See, this could potentially work well. These are the trading jetties, right? This is the loading crane that I put over there. Okay. And then these ones are additional loading cranes. We can put the loading cranes in the loading cranes? Oh, sick. Okay, okay, okay. This works so nicely. Put this one, like, right here. This one right here. That's awesome. This thing is ginormous and makes no sense. Large training jetty, or trading... Let's see, put this one... What's the difference? This is a pier? Oh, I do kind of like that. This is nice. Put that in the front. Trading jetty left, so we can probably put this one like right about here. We can get some small ships and put them right in the front too. That's the cool thing. Lateral jetty. That's nice. And this one's to the right. You know, we can probably do something like this. And then the ships that we have, where the heck are we? Those have the 45 angles. Those seem too big. Yeah, that works there. We can also have like, oh, you know what? We can have this one be over here. Transport ship. And then I think there's a second one. Oh, there's just a barge. Okay. Well, we can put the barge right here. We need a lighthouse. Where the heck are those? I have to see. Oh, these ones are all Imperial Albion Keys. No, I know that there's a lighthouse, and it's not that one that I just saw. Not this one. It wouldn't work for me here. I have to find that out later. But that looks a lot nicer for this spot. So Albion is also going to have a massive oil export system, which is lovely. I love this idea. Thank you, Jester. Hopefully I did it justice, naturally. Because there's a whole bunch of oil that's coming out from here. And we do need to provide them with the industrial lubricants so they actually work a little bit faster. Now, I mean, 3 seconds is ridiculously fast to begin with. But if you want to maximize your profits, okay, and maximize the amount of tourism coming through this area, as you can clearly see with these lovely icons, we're gonna need some industrial lubricant. Don't ask me how it works, but that's just how the cookie crumbles, okay? And with that being said, I think we have to go back to New Albion. I'm noticing a problem. Do you guys see it? Yeah? Okay. Well, let me show you. We don't have a warehouse in Ridge.
Must be stored in warehouses.
Yeah, I know, woman. I know. It's okay. I'm the problem, not you. Okay, what the heck is going on over here again? Because these guys are not working. And it's clearly not full up. Yeah, this is a real bug. Outstanding. Rebuild them. Especially like with a campaign like this, out of roleplay and all that stuff, if I have bugs that happen like these, it just irks me. You know what? I'm not even gonna bother with these anymore. I'm importing them. There's no point. Get rid of all these. Get rid of all these. I think what I would like to do is get a power station over here and then replace these guys with the more effective fishing source for this one. So we would have the large fishery, and we can build this on the water. We just need electricity to power it, and it's going to be a lot more effective. So let's actually go ahead and do that. Get rid of all these. And I would like to get a pellets power plant right down here, if I can. Yes. I mean, it's kind of a little bit too much, but we're going to do it anyway. I'm out of steel beams, so I have to make sure that route that's taking the steel beams out of here is going to stop. I think it's going to these ones. Okay, so we're going to put a pause on both of these guys. And where are the ships themselves? Oh, they're over here. They might have legitimately just picked up some of the steel beams. Yeah, they did. Put them back in there. You're taking grain. You're taking the windows. The windows are still fine to go. I don't know where the other ship is, but we'll just hold out for now. So this power plant is going to help us out with this large fishery, which does indeed need electricity to function.
Boy, who turned off the lights?
My guy, they're working on it. Okay? 2 seconds. That's all I'm asking for. 2 seconds, they'll turn the power on. Or maybe you forgot to pay your light bill, your electricity bill, whatever the hell. Doesn't matter. Just give it a second. Because we're getting the pallets in here. We have a whole bunch in the stockpile. Or not a hell of a lot, but we do have enough to get this going. And with that also being said, we can get rid of Nate's windmill over here too. Now this whole place is working.
Curious.
252 steam motors is actually not bad. Like we can probably do a little bit more. How are we doing with this? 240 bread, but the flour is low. So what I think we will also be able to do.
Just say the word.
We're getting our schnapps in here. How much do we even have? Did we fix this whole problem? Schnapps are 187, so now we just spike that up. I'm just trying to make sure that the island happiness is going to be good for the long term.
Give me a drink.
Okay. Why are you unhappy? What the hell? You got a pub close by, don't you? It's right here. Not be that pissy. God damn. Here, I'll just upgrade them to artisans and they'll be happier, I think.
The jaws of anxiety open.
They do indeed open, but what the hell? Who's more pissed? Well, the engineers are at -15.
Statistically, we're miserable.
Well, we definitely do need to get that bank branch built up then. We don't want the full bank. I do want the small bank branch. So this little spot is going to more than likely be for the bank itself. We don't need them here. So we'll get rid of these guys and we'll build the small bank branch if that's possible. How big would the... Yeah, that's way too massive. That's on the water. I didn't mean to pick that up again. Let's get this guy. We'll plop it down right over here. One of the first banks. And I'm going to get this bit of the road and just tuck it all in. Once we get this little spot up to engineers, we should be good. Now, as far as the light bulbs, that is perfect. We are increasing the amount of light bulbs that we have over here. And the smoked fish and the sandwiches, that's just coffee. All right, how fast is this? That's at 30 seconds too. So what is the main difference here? Oh, it's +4. Oh, maritime and trade resource. Interesting. Okay. Well, if that's the case, let's just get a couple more of these things out here. We need some more bricks, which is lovely. I always love it when I run into a problem with regards to bricks. And that's not a ship that's bringing it over. Are you? That's bricks right there.
Good and ready.
That's not. That's not. I don't even know if we have any bricks coming. This is also a big problem.
A new commission?
We need some windows over here. Let me go ahead and do that. We can get some windows from New Albion over to Sincere to build up those locations. Where are we at? Right over here.
On our way.
Because we still do have a lot of trade that's coming out from Sincere, but now I have to honor that promise that I made to the prince, seeing as how I'm over here. Let's get rid of all these. All these looking good. The RANTIAN encampment has officially been removed. And I think we'll keep this here, or at least I don't know what his plan is for the area. But we'll probably see a bunch more homes and whatnot built up over here. But at least we got a whole bunch of their, of the workforces off of this spot. Why are we minus 10? Ah, it's because of this thing. Well, we can just put a pause on it. Not a big deal. We're not really focusing on it anyway anymore here. We could probably keep this little square just to honor the commitment between the two nations. And I think what we have to do now that we do actually have Albahan's, or not Albahan's banner, Zandrosian banners, is we need to put down Zandrosian banners. Where is it actually? It should be at the top, isn't it? Nope. There it is. Banner. Banner. Little commemoration of our unity and growth. Yeah, we need to bring some more bricks in here. ASP. What are you taking? Oh, you're bringing in some of those. Okay. Main reason is we need to get these guys up to engineers, and we need a whole bunch of bricks in order to do that. The bread is still coming through. So once we have these guys ready and the bricks prepared, then we will be able to do so. We also do have a bunch of bricks still on Albahan that we can bring over.
Ready for a challenge.
I just don't feel like I want to do that at the moment because there's a whole bunch of other stuff that we're gonna have to focus on there anyway. Where's my other clipper? I think I'm using it for something.
Aye.
Okay, put these guys in here. And I'm going to build up these piers the moment we actually do have 50 more bricks.
Ready
I think
for a
it's this one.
challenge.
Yeah, so that's going to bring over some more bricks for us. I prefer that to anything else. Here's what we can do. I'm going to take this ship all the way down to Albahan right now
Steersman.
in order to get the felt that we've been bringing in via the Docklands. Now, he's trading, and all these things are still pretty essential to continue our work here. Minus the vegetables. I don't think we need the vegetables here anymore. The cool thing is that if I get the furs and provide it to our investors,
Merely ordinary.
I think... Oh, they changed that, didn't they? No kidding. I thought the furs were in the lifestyle needs. Oh, okay. Well, that kind of sucks. I was actually hoping that would work. Can we bring in wine or spectacles or anything useful for them? Doesn't seem like it. I can bring in the salt. That probably is not a bad thing because we're going to need salt over there for reasons. You know what? We can start bringing in some dynamite. Yeah, we'll start bringing in some dynamite. That is a 1-to-1 ratio. Are you kidding me? No way. That's BS. What about this? That's a lot better. Yeah, let's bring in some saxophones. Who's going to want to play the saxophone, dude?
It's only a half-life.
Well, they wouldn't. I think it's the artisans who do.
A future bright and gay.
Who genuinely wants them? I'm confused now. I'm very confused. Is it part of their happiness? Oh, there we go. Yeah, so happiness need... We can bring in the saxophones. That's fine. These guys want saxophones? Hell no. They want the gramophones, on the other hand. And they want the expensive pianos. But my guy, I'm not bringing you pianos. No, 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 no. We'll get the felt over here, and then we'll wait to get some more of the lovely light bulbs, because we have to bring those over. I want to see what that fortress is going to look like when it's fully built up. But in the meantime, what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to fix up this little industrial complex.
Ship constructed.
That's another ship repaired. Let's go in the queue for the fourth one. We need 3 more bombs, which we'll get them in a moment. But that's the slowest thing about this. Man, you guys remember the era back in the expert campaign, if you were here, when you saw these battle cruisers just... Okay, what's happening here? We saw the battle cruisers just line up, ready to go. And I'm not changing their skins, that way we can distinguish between New Albion's navy and the Imperium's navy, which is on the way. We have some more bricks in here, lovely. Are we good? We need 2 more bombs and we'll get another one in the queue. In total, we need 8.
We lack the requisite materials.
Dude, don't tell me you bugged. Are you serious? What the hell? This is a waste of resources if I have to rebuild this thing. It just delivered in 10 flour, right? Okay, God bless. What about you? Don't do this to me. I really don't want to have to rebuild them. Okay, good. All right. Oh my God. I'm a little bit too impatient for my own good sometimes. Okay, we have 50 bombs. Let's get the next battlecruiser in the queue. And yeah, getting this spot a little bit more effective is going to be important. So we do have a whole bunch of saltpeter and tallow reserves. We need to get some more dynamite first and foremost. And if this place, if it doesn't blow to sky high, I don't know. I don't know. We have to do it. We have to do it. It's all for the defense of the realm. Get 2 of these ones built up. And that as well. I don't know what the hell I put down over here. We need to get these homes up to engineers as quickly as possible. How are we doing with that whole thing? Okay, so we can actually do this really freaking fast. Let's provide them with the bread. And hopefully we'll have enough to upgrade all of them. I think we do. A decent amount of them. Yeah. Where is this ship? You are almost to Albion. Man, it's so beautiful just watching these ships sail. One ship over here, sailing ship, and a frigate right over there. It's absolutely gorgeous. Anno 1800 is such a beautiful game. I get annoyed at its bugs sometimes, but in the grand scheme of things, it's simply gorgeous. And then being able to see a settlement all the way in the back there, like that, just staring at you, just chef's kiss. I'm very much looking forward to Anno 117. At the same time, it's a very bittersweet end to this game. But I know that this game is still going to have a really, really die-hard community, strong, unified, all that good stuff, that's going to be enhanced with mods. That's the best thing ever. Best thing ever. Love to see it. How are we doing over here? Even if we can get a couple of them upgraded to the engineers, that'll be fantastic, which we can. Go ahead and get this row. Lovely. And this row is going to be the next one. Can we get all these guys? Perfect. Love to see it. Let's get all of them into this building skin, and we need to fix up a couple of them. I don't know what happened there. You too. What the hell? Some of them became a little wonky, so we have to go ahead and fix them. Otherwise, I won't be able to sleep at night, and I do enjoy trying to sleep for a couple of hours. Ideally, it never really happens that way because my brain doesn't like to shut up, but for the most part, it does like to have a little bit of rest from time to time.
Nothing remotely strange about a person such as myself, pushing back the boundaries of what we presume to know. There is nothing else I can imagine wanting.
Okay, but you're angry. What's the problem? You now have the bank. You're getting the rum. It's definitely just the propaganda usage. Guaranteed. And at this point, I didn't even do anything. It was just the guy that popped up and put out another BS article. That's it. I can't do anything about it. I mean, -12 with a happiness really sucks. That's not great. That's not great. Well, the saxophones, I can start bringing those over here. I think that would probably be a little bit better. Yeah. Okay. Over here, we're going to grab some of the felt, if I can find it. Felt. It'll be easier if I just click it like so. And I'm also going to bring some of the bricks. This is going to take some time to get us back over to New Albion. Let me go ahead and build up this pier and this pier. That'll help us out considerably with not having all these ships just remain in limbo all the damn time. And then ideally, I would like to get the T going because that's the only way that we can get these homes upgraded. Apart from this, which I do have a bunch of tools in the stockpile right now. It's just I need herbs. Which I did find an island that had some. That's linseed, that's olive oil. I think it's this one. Yeah. So I think we can go and colonize this little guy right now too. And just with the population that we have through our influence at this point being the expansion, I think with one more island we'll be able to get 100 workforce. Maybe. I'll see. Once, actually, you only have one cargo slot. That's not great. There are no ships close by. The Endeavor's just kind of sitting here. You're not doing anything. Can we bring you over?
Coordinates plotted.
I think that'll be a little bit better. What's happening over here
Look
now?
sharp, the governor's here.
Oh, we're almost out of iron? Oh, crap. Okay. That's not good. That's not good at all. That we don't need, if that's the case. We need iron. How is that a better distribution? I don't know. I don't know. That's better. That's better. We'll bring in some fur coats from Albion soon. I think that's probably the best way of going about this whole situation. How are we doing with the weapons?
Manufactory.
If I can mass produce these, guaranteed, we'll be fine. 18 with those. Still doing okay with the dynamite factories. They're churning out as many as they possibly can. And it's a good thing I have a Fire Brigade Institute over here. It is a fire chance of very high, guaranteed. No one saw that coming. So I think I'm gonna just tactically put one of these over here and one of these over here from now, because it's gonna definitely have explosions. I'm not jinxing it. I don't want there to be explosions, but we all know it's going to happen. But at the end of the day, we know how important it is to be a part of New Albion. And we're going to solidify that with banners. And then where's the other one? This is the military banner. Banner. And banner. What can we put in the middle? Where's this one? This memorial's too large. I can't do that. But I can put down 2 of these memorial statues right in here. That actually looks kind of cool. I like it. And how are these guys doing? Are they a little bit happier? No, they're not. Okay, so there is no smoked fish in the stockpile, but these guys are still working, right? How much fish do we have in here? Is this even enough? I'm just curious how much it's actually producing. Those 2 are producing 16. Okay, so all we need is just 4 total, and we're good. Yeah, that's really all she wrote there, Chief. I legitimately do not need any more than these 4. That is ridiculous. That's a 1-to-1 ratio with those. Wow. Okay. Y'all, we're not kidding. This is a really, really powerful building. You know what? Make it 5 because we're gonna have to start working on the smoked fish. Okay, what's this one? Industrial salt works. Okay. Well, that's 10 seconds. Can we put this on the water? Hell yeah, we can. Let's just go ahead and put this thing right over here. Okay, so we have the industrial salt works. Then we're going to need the fish smokery in order to get this thing done, right? Yeah, I think so. And we do have those lumberjacks going. So I think what we'll do is we'll put this thing down like right about here. Now, how fast is it? This is at a minute processing time, and this is also at a minute. Okay, so it's not fantastic, but it'll work. Will this fit better? Yeah.
Everything's rather fragile.
So the fish, then we'll need the salt, and then we need the wood. So we're good with the wood. The salt is coming in, and the fish is just perfect. I think we'll probably have to get like another of the fishery going. No, actually, it's fine. It's just totally fine. Nice. And then the last thing on the list is going to be the fish smokery itself. So we see the bricks for that one. Is this the same? Oh, no, it is the same. So, why do hail? Why do I need to have this final building then? Is that even necessary? I don't think so, because this should be sufficient.
Particular material.
Is that enough for them? Let's go down and see. Because if so, I'll start sending this over to Albion as well. No, we need a second one. And we also need some more pellets being produced. Okay, so another one of these are definitely in the cards.
People celebrate your leadership.
Brickhouse Isle is doing just fine. Love to see it. Okay. We will also need the pallets production. So we have to head on over to here. Hold on, it's over in here. Pallets processing. I wish there was a little spot that I could just plop this thing down in. I guess this is probably going to be the best place for it. We only need the one because they're just ridiculously powerful altogether. And the garbage truck arrives. That's just great. Lovely timing. Thanks, pal. Jesus Christ, it was so loud. That freaked me out. Not even kidding. But what we can do over here before we go down to a little bit of the nighttime is we can have New Albion's banners right here. Banner and banner. And we can also have the RANTIAN banner down. Banner. Banner. And then I think New World Customs Union fits here too. Yeah. I can't put it next to... No! Damn it! I can put one there, but I can't put one there. Okay, I'll fix this. I refuse. I refuse. I have to fix this. This is so unfortunate. Over here trying to, like, put down banners properly, and the game just tells me I can't. I don't appreciate it. Banner. Banner. Awesome. Okay, problem solved. We have the banners for all the 3 players here. That's really important. We need to get a whole bunch of bricks over to this island as quickly as possible. Hopefully, one of these guys are bringing in some bricks. What are you bringing? That's beer. We don't... Well, we can use that, that's for sure. Where did my other ship go? Oh, you're over here. Okay. Deposit those, and then we're going to take some more bricks. Just take all of those, and we're going to bring it over to New Albion.
On our way.
Alrighty. I always like seeing Captain Tobias show up. I know that he's going to help me out, and naturally having that trade lane with the Imperium's capital is always going to prove lucrative for any of our nations over here who would want to continue trade range. So, how are we doing with this? Smoked fish is definitely still not enough, but it is indeed helping us out. What about the other thing? We need the frickin' sandwiches, don't we? So, the sausage factory and then the vegetable farm. So we're bringing those in. All I would really need to do... How many sandwiches are needed over here, actually? 4 sandwiches per minute. Yeah, that's not bad in the grand scheme of things. But it's... we would need 4 of these in order to facilitate that. That's awful. Why are the sandwiches even a thing? Is there a way that I can swap it? That's for coffee. That's for canned food. That's for sewing machines. Oh, that's for fur coats. Nope. Apparently I can't. Unless this one at the end. Okay, one of the following bread consumption. Okay. So you can just... Essentially what you're telling me is I have to have an entire factory devoted to putting 2 pieces of bread on one another in order to produce a sandwich. That's pretty much what I'm seeing. Yeah, that's pretty much the long and short of it. Except they're just different combinations. I just, I don't know. I'm gonna do it anyway. We need to have 4, or at least 2. This is gonna be improved by electricity, right? So it'll be at least 45 seconds, I would imagine. I can build one up in a moment and see how well or not well it will be. And you arrived with some more bricks, so I appreciate that. 241 is fantastic. And we'll move you out of the way. First thing we have to do is we need to get the second smokehouse built up. And then we also need to have this second processing plant underway, so we get more of the sawdust and the coal into this. And let's build up the sandwich shop. So let's see. That is exactly at a minute. That is garbage. Well, yeah, I guess 2 of them will suffice then. Put 2 there, because we're bringing in vegetables from Albion right now anyway, and what we have over here is a whole bunch of the sausages, so we'll be able to produce some sandwiches, I guess. The bread, on the other hand, that's just a different story altogether. Oh, come on. I know this is going to work. It just takes some time. Yeah, there we go. And we're good with that as well. So, and with the pallets. So all of those are good. Epic. How many ships do we have? I think that's 5 out of the 8 total. Pretty cool. I don't think we can... Oh, we can build another one. Let's go. Really nice. And then we're going to rename them in the next episode. That's for sure. And solidify everything we need to do here, because we are going to be heading towards these islands here soon. And waiting also for the Imperium's navy to come into the region to, you know, help ward against everything that's going to happen relatively soon. I will tell you that we are in for a major conflict within the next couple of episodes, okay? I'm not sugarcoating this. The AI in the old world territory is no joke. I'm being real. For those of you who have played Anno 2205 or are watching Anno 2205, that series right now, that little icon that pops over every single eradicator, that's a skull. Yeah, there are multiple of those in the old world right now. It's not, no joke whatsoever. So we definitely need a very sizable fleet in order to get down there and clear the area.
I'm used to the best, and this isn't it.
Yeah, but you're content anyway, so deal with it. Let's see, how much of the spectacles do these guys want? Because I have a feeling I can bring spectacles and make a whole bunch over there. Do we need 13? How many were we producing on New Albion? Spectacles. It's nowhere close. We're only at 3. Yeah, there's a way to, like, mass produce spectacles later on that does not include brass. We're actually going to use, wood. Straight up wood and glass. That's all you would need. I just need to find that specialist at this point. Let's begin the sandwiches out here, and it's gonna provide them to these guys. They're still angry with us, but I think the saxophones. Oh yeah. Here's what I'm gonna ask you to do. I don't want them using the saxophones. I want you to bring them over here. Saxophone. Okay. We're gonna wait for that shipment, but we're going to start facilitating this trade route with New Albion. So these guys are going to enjoy their saxophones. I can produce them over here. Don't get me wrong. I do have enough of the brass in order to do so. But this is also very important. We need another spectacle factory right over here. And we also should probably invest in getting another one of... Or actually expanding on the glass makers would be fantastic. This is a good spot for it. I'm going to redirect this road to there. Now that I have electricity. And put this guy right there. You know, we could probably even have a couple sand mines out here. That would work well, wouldn't it? Is there a better version of this? Of the sand mine? Let's see. I don't see anything as of yet, but I could be wrong. In fact, I have been wrong many times, so... Oh, diagonal buildings. I forgot about those. Just checking to see... Don't... What the hell? Coastal torpedo launcher. Yikes, dude. Holy hell. What? I'm so curious. No bombs in range. Okay, well, we have to provide them with the, where it at, though? It's over here, isn't it? Oh, military prison. I still need to do that. Consumption. Where are the on-water military stuff? I think they're part of the engineers, are they not? Or is it part of the artisans? Could be wrong. I have to find it. That's land flak, naval recruitment kiosk. It's not in here, is it? No. No, not at all. There was a spot that I know we can put the stuff for the military buildings like that on the water. Trying to find out where the heck it is. Tourists. Yeah. The tourists are going to be the ones that have this stuff for the military. Absolutely. 100%. All the damn time. Those are defenses. Ah, there we go. Large harbor depot. Okay, small depot. Oh, it goes like this. Okay. Well, is this the plan? Is this where I need to go and consult? What the hell is this radius? Okay, okay. You know what? I'm just gonna put this thing, like, right here, because that works. But we need electricity for that? Ew. Oh, come on. You gotta be kidding me. I can probably rebuild it. I'll just put the thing, like, right over here. And it goes all the way to the other side, too. We just need steel beams. Okay, that'll be online in the next episode, for sure. But this thing, I have never seen a torpedo launcher. That is ridiculous. It must do a crap ton of damage. Fire a torpedo underwater at nearby ships. Devastating. No kidding. No kidding. I would never guess that this thing is going to be that powerful. It puts a big Betty to shit. That's a monster gun? That's what they've changed the name to? What's the difference? Now I'm kind of keen on figuring it out. Deals huge area. Can I read? Deals huge area damage to enemies over a very long range. I'm curious. Did they increase the range of this monstrosity? Oh my god. That's more than before, I think. That's going all the way. You can't see it, but it's going all the way to the other island. Holy hell. Yeah, now I'm scared. Now I'm legitimately scared. That's insane. That is absolutely insane. But we got a whole bunch of stuff done in today's episode, my friends. We were able to begin the process for New Albion's battlecruiser navy to start up again, and we have the industrial complex continuing to go up. We're getting a whole bunch more engineers in here, and we're going to start stockpiling. So next episode, we're going to be here again. Hopefully we'll have a whole bunch more resources so we can continue what we're doing and make sure that it's going to work and we don't have to constantly run to and from in order to get what we need. We're then going to be heading over to the Kingdom of Sapin Islands, and there's a whole idea with regards to those. And during the process, the Imperium's Navy will make its entrance. It will come in here, and I hope you guys are going to be impressed with the sheer military power of the Imperium. It is quite a sight to behold. And for those of you who are new here, you were not privy to not only the wars against Gasparov and Alonso, but you definitely did not see the Great Hunt War. That was destructive, and this one is going to be 50 times more, because the airships can damage naval vessels. That's right, that is enabled as well. So we need our Rantian Sky Troopers ASP. Until next time, my friends, thank you so much. Please consider like, commenting, subscribing, hitting that bell button, sharing it with your friends, and I'll catch you in the next episode, my Rantians.